Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most intriguing moments in religious history, the story of the Millerites and the Adventist movement. It's a tale of prophecy, disappointment, and enduring faith. Let's jump right in.
Absolutely. I've always been fascinated by this story. So who exactly was William Miller?
Well, William Miller was a Baptist preacher born in 1782 in Massachusetts. He was a farmer who developed this deep obsession with biblical prophecy, especially the books of Daniel and Revelation.
Oh, the heavy hitters of prophecy.
Exactly.
So he believed he had cracked some kind of code?
Yes. After years of study, he became convinced he had. It's like he thought he decoded the exact timeline for the second coming of Christ. He calculated that Jesus would return sometime between 1843 and 1844.
That's a pretty bold claim. How did people react to that?
You know, surprisingly, his ideas spread like wildfire. In the 1830s, he started preaching, and people were just drawn to his message. They became known as Millerites, and their numbers grew into the tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands? That's incredible. They must have been really committed.
Oh, absolutely. They sold their belongings, left their jobs, and gathered together, waiting eagerly.
Wow.
Some even wore white robes and stood on hills, believing they'd ascend into heaven when Jesus returned.
That's dedication. So what happened when 1843 came and went?
Well, when 1843 passed without incident, Miller recalculated and set a new date, October 22nd, 1844. The anticipation was even higher this time.
I can imagine. So did anything happen on that date?
Unfortunately for the Millerites, no. On October 22nd, 1844, they gathered, praying, singing, preparing for the end. But when the day came and went without any sign of Jesus, their hopes were shattered.
That's the event known as the Great Disappointment, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It led to mass disillusionment. Many were ridiculed, and the movement collapsed. Some followers even abandoned their faith altogether.
That's heartbreaking. But did everyone lose faith?
Well, not everyone. Some refused to give up. They reinterpreted the prophecy, suggesting that instead of returning to earth, Jesus had begun a heavenly judgment phase in 1844.
I see.
This became the foundation for the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Wait, so the Seventh-day Adventists emerged from the Millerites?
Yes. The church was formally established in 1863 and now has over 21 million members worldwide.
That's impressive.
They continue to emphasize biblical prophecy and end times beliefs.
That's quite a legacy from a failed prophecy.
Indeed. And beyond that, other groups also formed, like the Advent Christian Church and the Church of God, Seventh-day.
It's interesting how a disappointment led to new denominations.
Exactly. It's like when one door closes, another opens.
Right.
Despite the initial failure, these groups found new interpretations to hold on to their faith.
But do you think it's fair to reinterpret prophecies after they fail?
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Some might argue that changing interpretations undermines credibility, but others see it as a natural evolution of faith.
I guess faith can be resilient like that.
Absolutely. And the Millerite movement also influenced practices beyond prophecy. For instance, the Seventh-day Adventists emphasize the Saturday Sabbath and promote dietary reforms like vegetarianism. They've made significant contributions to health movements.
That's true. Their health message is quite progressive.
Yeah, it's fascinating how a movement rooted in a specific prophecy expanded into broader aspects of life. It shows the complexity of religious movements.
Do you think the Millerites' experience serves as a cautionary tale?
Definitely. It's a reminder of the dangers of setting exact dates for prophetic events.
Yeah.
It also highlights the power of belief and how it can shape people's lives, for better or worse.
It's amazing how strong that collective hope was, though.
It really was. And even after such a profound disappointment, many held on to their faith and found new meaning.
Exactly.
It's a testament to human resilience.
And perhaps a lesson in humility when interpreting complex texts like prophecies.
Couldn't agree more. It's crucial to approach such interpretations with caution, but regardless, the Millerites left an indelible mark on American religious history.
Well, this has been a fascinating discussion.
It really has.
Yeah.
The story of the Millerites is a powerful example of faith, expectation, and adaptability.
Absolutely. Thanks for shedding so much light on this topic.
My pleasure, and thank you for your insightful questions. Until next time.